think Jamie deserves a huge amount of credit because boxing on the inside against Jamie TKV is a bad idea. He's the best heavyweight I've ever seen on the inside, truly, truly. And I think Frazer's got his game plan wrong. Unfortunately, that was it.
I think obviously the result, congratulations to you, Jamie, what you've just seen Frazer. How is he doing?
Listen, he's absolutely devastating. This is what I think people don't realize. When you have both guys, it can only end in a difficult way because it's bittersweet for Jamie. I've been with him since debut. I cannot believe he's just become British champion after what happened in April. I'm absolutely delighted for him, and he's had such a tough career and a tough journey to this point. And for Fraser, I'm so disappointed because this will feel really hard, and to lose it like he did, and he knows that his game plan wasn't right. It's tough. Luckily, they both come out safe, and that's what you worry about. There's moments in that fight where I was speaking to both corners because I just wanted to make sure the lads got out safe. And I think in that 11th round, um, Fraser was out on his feet, but he's a tough man who managed to come back. And yeah, he could have gone either way, but Jamie definitely deserved to get the win tonight. But Fraser would be desperately disappointed with this game plan.
And you mentioned managing both fighters there. I've seen comments and clips online saying that you were giving advice to Frazer Clarke in his corner and sort of favouring that over TKV. What do you make of that?
Definitely, I'm not in a position to give anyone advice onto how to fight. I was in Jamie's corner at one point. I think it got later in the rounds, and I was actually concerned for Fraser at one point. But no, I'm delighted for Jamie, and as I say, gutted for Frazer Clarke.
Ben, how get on for boxing news? Just on Frazer Clarke, it's not gone to plan since being pro. A lot of factors sliding doors. What does the rebuild look like for Frazer from here?
He has to go back to the drawing board because he's losing fights. Like the first Fabio Wardley fight, he lost, he drew, and it was for small margins. And tonight it was small margins. And so when you're getting the small margins wrong, you have to look at yourself and you have to look at the game plan. And I think for me, Frazer Clarke has a very, very good jab, and one of the best jabs in heavyweight boxing. He didn't use it tonight, and you have to think why. It just doesn't seem smart enough. It doesn't seem smart enough. And so he has to go back to the drawing board. I think he's only had 10 professional fights, and it feels like he's had a career. As I say, we all saw in his first fight against Fabio Wardley what he can do, and possibly he could have won that night. And if he had won, where would his career be at now? But that's heavyweight boxing. Anything can happen. There's ups and downs, and he'll be back. But he really needs to have a think now and come back refreshed.
Ben, I want to get your thoughts on Frazer Clarke's defeat. Obviously, he seems a bit more marketable than TKV. Obviously, you've got the Wardley, the trilogy, and then the Dave Allen rematch. But where do you now put Jamie TKV? Because he's not got them fights, maybe just the Adelaide rematch.
No, I think there's loads of fights out there for Jamie. I think Dave Allen wants to become a British champion, and that fight was going to happen before this got ordered, really, for the British title. So there's huge options. There's a rematch. He'll probably be looking bigger and better now. And for once, he has the cards in his hands. He's had to be an away fighter twice. David Adelaide, where he felt like he won, and he won tonight. So credit to him. As I say, delighted because I know where he's come from. I know where he's been, what he's been through, and for him to become British champion is incredible.
And where would you like to put him in that race? Obviously, you're right. He does hold all the cards. Where do you want to put Jamie TKV next?
For me, I want to sit down and discuss it with his team and get him the biggest possible fight because he deserves it. And this time was in the home corner, which he'll be happy with because, that's 2 British titles where he's fought on away soil and 2 British titles where he's won the fight.
If you had to give a name.
Had to give a name. Right now, I like the Dave Allen fight because I know Dave wants to fight for the British title and I think it was going to be made and there's history there. But I think he can also look bigger and better.
Ben, if after Jamie TKV is a hard weight, you're the away fighter tonight. If Jamie TKV was a home fighter, do you think there's a possibility he would have got stopped in the 11th round?
No, I think to be honest, the officials are there looking out for Frazer's safety, and they'll stop it if they feel like it's not safe. And no, I don't see anything.
Ben, a big talking point of this weekend boxing, obviously, Ben Whittaker. Did you see his knockout early, and what did you make of it?
I haven't seen yet. Obviously, our focus tonight was on launching the BBC, which was incredible.
Ben, one of the cards was in Frazer's favour. Frazer's favour.
Yeah.
If it went to Frazer, would you have been surprised? I mean, was it a case of you clearly thought that TKV won the fight because it was a bit, back and forth.
It was,
wasn't
listen, it was a close fight, but for me, Jamie nicked it, and it was the right decision. And so, thankfully, yeah, we got the right decision.
Great.
Ben,
Thanks,
one,
guys.
one more.
Thanks.
Just what's reflections on the first night with the BBC? How's it all gone? Obviously, there was a bit of hiccup in getting this show over the line. Any early trackers on numbers, social media interest? What's the overall reflection on the first night?
Literally just come out the arena, but an incredible first night. Delighted to be back on the BBC. It's the first of many. December 20th is the next show in Leeds, and it will be another barnstormer with Callum Simpson against Troy Williamson. So yeah, delighted.